And then, so like I said, this is my first time doing this. And from my understanding, he's going to edit it. So don't worry about like saying the right thing, saying the wrong thing. Like he's going to just chop out little pieces that he likes. So there's no pressure.
I should have dressed nicer.
No, you're fine.
Just coming home from work.
Trying to get the right. All right, so I can see the questions, my notes. So were you able to look at the questions that I put in the email?
I saw them, and I'm going to actually try and put it up behind me on my computer. And so maybe that can kind of also help me follow along a little better with you.
Sure.
There they are. Okay.
And like I said, if you want to go off on any tangents, feel free to. These are just the ones that he sent me, but feel free to go off on any tangent, and because there may be something that you say that's great, and he'll clip it out and use it. So no right or wrong, no way to mess it up. So this will just be kind of a guideline. Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know why I'm nervous.
You have nothing to be nervous about.
All right. Okay. So hi, Nicole. And I don't think that I'm going to be in it at all.
Okay.
But I mean, just in case, I guess I think I'm going to be I think it's just going to be snips of you. So
it's all okay.
Hi, Nicole. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to do this testimonial. I really, really, really appreciate it. And thank you for it. And I love you so much. So what would you say was your biggest struggle before you enrolled in the Fear to Fierce program?
Well, first off, thank you, Christina, for asking me, and it was an absolute pleasure, and I love you too. This is truly an honor to be able to support you. My biggest struggle, honestly, was kind of really what I'm coaching around, and that is, just being free to be myself, owning a lot of the stuff that I had kept hidden for a very long time. And when I started opening up about it, I still felt very protected about certain areas, most importantly, my faith, and that the fact that it was, hearing God speak to me and finding church and starting to see all of these connections that were faith-driven, really guiding me into this path of becoming a coach, especially the type of coach. And so there was a lot of that I was struggling with of, do I put this out there? Do I share this as being me? Will I have the followers, or will I be coming off as preachy or, too Christian? I think we have some of those same similarities. So when I saw that shift in you, it was like allowing me to give myself permission to do the same. And then when I saw your program, I was like, yes, like I'm in. That's a no-brainer.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that. So you answered this a little bit already, but I'll ask, why did you choose to pursue coaching with Christina?
So yeah, I did kind of touch base just a little bit. When you offered the Fear to Fierce, it was at the right time and the right place. Because again, it was an area where I was struggling with personally on really not only owning and showing up as myself, but owning my faith and showing up as a Christian and a child of God. But on top of that, it was kind of, we've been following this path with each other. From the moment I met you in November at HCI Live, and just seeing a lot of those connections and just, looking up to you and already feeling inspired. And then again, when you won 10K, and like that biggest moment was you standing in there and pointing and be like, whom shall I fear? Like, hell yeah, like who should you fear? Like there's nothing. And so that was it was such a powerful moment. And like I said, it was somebody that I knew that I could look up to in a completely different way that I was needing, that I hadn't seen anywhere else yet.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, what you enrolled in the Fear to Fierce program? What kind of results have you seen? Tell me about when you first started seeing them or feeling them. Any kind of shift that you felt that you've seen?
So again, it was kind of, it started with, once I started seeing you do it and then going in through the program, it was like that permission within myself that, okay, I can do this. I really can, because this is really who I am. So it really started to shift in the content that I would post. I wasn't afraid to, put scripture or to even speak of, um, my shaping around, finding coaching and a lot of the trauma and how I found healing around mental illness. So it really allowed me to paint a better picture of my own story and um, just do it authentically. And so that's really been it. And I mean, even just now I got off of doing a live video, and I mean, right in there, is that God spoke to me. And so I no longer carry any amount of fear or shame behind who I am, and that's so.
I love that. Oh, you go, girl. I love that. That's powerful right there. I no longer carry fear and shame around who I am. How amazing is that? Okay. Thank you. So how there's like a typo. That's where I'm like, what is this supposed to say? Okay. How has your life benefited after the program? How has it helped you overcome your struggle?
Oh, I mean, and that again is, it's because being called back to God and being saved and having him be such a huge part of my healing, that was just that one piece that I was keeping out of, being a coach. And so it has benefited me because it's truly allowed me to really love myself in every aspect of that, and really growing in my faith and in my strength and owning a lot of that. So really, I guess like the part that's benefited is because I show up as me 100% in all ways. Again, I will kind of tie this back to like the video that I just did, was for the longest time, as I decided to become a coach, like I was wearing these two hats, like this part of me that was this military member and this other part of me that's trying to pursue becoming a coach. And to me, they didn't meet. They were like magnets, like these forces that just kept propelling backwards away from each other. And it was because I wasn't allowing myself to show up authentically in the military. There were still lots that I was hiding, and going through the Fear to Fierce really helped me break out of that shell and to really take ownership of not only standing up and vocalizing about my mental illness, but the whole journey about how I found healing, which was faith. It was God. And so now it's like the two are combined, and I have no problem, talking to people at work and sharing that I'm a coach and supporting them. And it's amazing transformation to see that happen in just this short period of time.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. So I so need to edit this. Okay. So would you recommend this program to anyone else, and why?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, I say this because I, up until then, did not see programs that were strictly shaped just around stepping into and owning your faith. Having the confidence or Godfidence, however you want to word it, but that I had seen out there. And the fact that it's somebody that was already in my tribe just was like icing on the cake, because it's somebody that I already knew and trusted and had that rapport with. But outside of that, I think it was just because you bring so much passion and so much heart to when you're sharing and speaking, not only of your business, but also in your own beliefs and and your strength as, you know, a child of God, like it just shines through you. And so it's hard not to just want to be, you know, in your space and to hear from you. And the way that you got all of us together, it's probably one of the best programs where everybody really was getting involved and supported and just felt loved. And I think it's just because of the topic that we were speaking of. It brought like a whole different feeling. And so I would absolutely recommend the Fear to Fierce.
Thank you. Okay, I have a question to add on to that one.
Absolutely.
So what would you say to someone who's on the fence about whether or not they should do this program or whether or not it's for them?
Would you like me to kick you to the right side? um, you know, I think a lot of it would just kind of be like, why are you on the fence? Like, why do you even have to question? Because if you're already contemplating it, there's a reason there behind it. Like I'm even more firm believer that you're being pulled into certain directions more so than I ever have. And if there was even a tinge of a reason why you felt like that program was for you, listen to that, because I can guarantee that when you finish and you're in the seat that I am now talking about it afterwards, you're going to be so proud and honored that you did, because you're going to see that growth and you're going to understand, have that aha moment. That's why.
Beautiful. Thank you. And one last question for you, and it's kind of similar. What would you say to someone who is wondering, like, I don't know if I can invest in that right now. Like, I don't know, it's a lot of money. Is it worth it? Am I going to, you know, like the money piece? What would you say to somebody who was on the fence because of money?
That's actually perfect, because I was. I, you know, am invested in not only my own schooling for coaching, and we were moving at the time, so I had a lot of financial burdens and things that were pulling at me from all directions. But again, I just knew that there was this calling, there was this connection, there was a reason why you kept coming up and I kept seeing everything. Just as I'm sure for that person that is going to have that conversation with you, there's going to be that reason. And it was just stepping into that. And you worked so wonderfully with me to make sure that I was supported and I let go of those fears and not allowing money to be that thing that holds me back. And it allowed me to like take that power back and make the decision outside of it being anything about money, which was beautiful. And allowed me to show up too without a fear of money, but show up with the mindset of why I was interested in the first place.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. As we conclude here, is there anything else that you would like to add? Any last thoughts that you'd like to share?
Just again, my gratitude to you. It's been amazing to be able to be in your space and be coached by you, not only to have your friendship, but to be coached by you. Because like I said, it's in this environment where there are so many of us and you see so many things, you're like, oh, that's really cool. But like, I guess in a sense, I look up to you because of the fact that you really stepped into owning that and not allowing yourself to be afraid, but taking that. And now kind of in what I'm doing, mental health, is free to be me, like in really owning who we are and in all ways, shapes, or form. And so it's like you paved that way for me. So I am just truly thankful for that and for being able to go through this with you, because you have no idea the amount of support and stretch that it also gave me, probably on the backside, that you didn't see.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you so much. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for always sharing your heart and being brave and open and honest and vulnerable. I love you so much. And thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Right, lady, thank you. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Don't be a stranger. Reach out to me and I'll see you online.
Sounds good. Talk to you soon.
Bye.